Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Give and Go, the NBA show. I'm your host, Dante Williams, and co-hosting this show with me, he's finally back. He missed the last episode. Is my brother Jimmy, and I got a special guest today, my boy Jamar. So before we get into all this, before we get into this roast session, I'm going to talk about some of the things we could be talking about. So we're going to take it back for a minute. We're going to be talking about the last matchups, last series, particularly Bucks, Nets. We're going to be talking about Utah and the Clippers, what happened there. The red hot Phoenix Suns right now. But to kick this show off, we're going to talk about the Nets and Bucks. Now, I know y'all got a lot to say because, Jamar, you hit me up. I know my brother got a lot to say. So, Jamar, I'm going to start with you. What happened in that series?
Well, first off, I just think Joe Harris. We gotta talk about Joe Harris first. This dude, he had the best 3-point percentage in the league in the regular season, and then as soon as the playoffs started, he disappeared. This isn't even his first time he did this before. He seems to do this every time he gets to the playoffs. He was shooting like 44%, almost 50% in the regular season. He disappeared on KD when he needed him most, and then in that last game, he missed an OT. He missed a wide open three that could have basically sealed the game.
Yeah. Brother, I'm gonna pass it to my brother. What you gotta say? Because I know you got a lot to say. I know KD your boy. I mean, he all our boys. So I mean, hey.
So I mean,
he can't get it out. He can't get it out.
I was so upset. Like, it's game 7. They in Brooklyn. You know, they had the slight edge. You know, going to game 7. I mean, KD did what he could. I mean, he was a toe away from sending him home and getting Mike Budenholzer fired, which he may still get fired with this Hawks series. We'll see. But I mean, it just seemed like the last couple games of that series, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, they shortened their lineups a lot. Like, during the regular season, you know, you kind of play around with your bench players, see what you got, but they really shortened their bench. Like, the whole game, I didn't really see KD and Giannis and all of them really come off the floor. Like, they usually played the whole game in, like, the last, 4 games.
Right.
So, I mean, when you think about it that way, that take a toll on you as far as, you know, going to overtime, stuff like that. KD airballed the last shot. But, I mean, you got to give Chris Middleton and all them credit. I mean, Chris Middleton knocked down that shot. Drew Holiday didn't really have a good game. But he hit some clutch shots at the end. You know, Giannis did what he usually do. But for the Nets, especially this offseason, they have to look at their bench because they're going to need a lot more help. Jeff Green didn't really do much that game. Harden was hurt playing on one leg. Bruce Brown, I mean, he did what he usually do, you know, got the hustle plays and all that. Blake Griffin surprised me this series. He played well. Like your man said, Joe Harris, I don't know what happened, but it's like he had to shoot after the Boston series. But I mean, this offseason is gonna be huge for Brooklyn. I mean,
they just lost.
Right. Here's the thing: Kyrie and Harden healthy, they win. They win this series easily. They probably win the whole thing. They win championship. So I mean, if you Brooklyn, you don't really take too much away from this season. You just say, "Hey, injuries happen. You know, we could have won, but we didn't." You know, I'm not looking at Steve Nash no type of way. It's really I'm looking at the Brooklyn bench because now you got to restructure your bench and see who can step up if KD get hurt, if Kyrie get hurt, if James Harden get hurt. And then you got to look at Joe Harris like, hey, you need to go and just sit at 3-point line and just shoot all off season because this can't happen again. Like, you're supposed to be like the floor spacer. You know, I don't know if Blake Griffin come back after, like, maybe he made one more money, or I don't know if they want to try and go get another defensive center / power forward that can shoot. But yeah, KD really did his thing in the last couple games because he had to. So I mean, that's really what I take away from this series.
Answer this question for me right quick. Now that you kind of said that, so do you think it would have made a difference if the Nets would have still had Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, and Prince in them, you think looking back at the series, you think have them three rather than James Harden, that would have made a difference. Because Jared Allen, he a big man that can defend, can run the floor. Prince, he can stretch the floor. And then LeVert, that's another one-on-one player you could have had, even if Kyrie would have went down. But
so I mean, you kind of got to take into account of like how they were playing, right? For when they was guarding Giannis, they really just kind of stayed in the paint most of the time, and then just kind of let him pass the ball out, and then closed out to their shooter. So I mean, of course, Jared Allen would have helped him in rebounding, but I don't think Jared Allen is a wing defender because Brook Lopez was shooting threes. He's spacing them out. So you need somebody to guard the paint and can guard the perimeter at the same time, which Blake Griffin was able to do. And then, Karis LeVert, yeah, he would have helped him off the bench, but you got to think about it too. Spencer Dinwiddie got an injury out of nowhere. Imagine him coming off the bench. That probably would have gave him another edge. So, I mean, Dinwiddie would have made up for what LeVert was giving them if Dinwiddie was healthy. And then who's the other person you said?
Taurean Prince.
Taurean Prince, I mean, he more like a 3-and-D guy, which they got that from Jeff Green. Maybe he probably not as good of a shooter as Prince, but he was capable enough to knock it down. Then you had Shamet. He was out there knocking threes down, kind of guarding them on the perimeter. So, I mean, they had other players that kind of played the same way as Prince. Like I said, LeVert, Dinwiddie would have made up for that. Jared Allen, they definitely could have used him on the boards, but I give Clanston a lot of credit for kind of doing.
He didn't play more in Game 7, to be honest.
But he wasn't really a threat on offense. I think them playing Blake at the center kind of gave him a body to throw at Giannis, but it also gave a person who can hit. I'm not saying Blake Griffin's a knockdown shooter at all. I'm just saying like he kind of spaced the floor for them, and Clanston wasn't doing that. So I think that's kind of why Steve Nash stayed with that smaller lineup and kept Blake at the center. I don't think Jared Allen would have helped him besides getting extra rebounds. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Jared Allen can guard Giannis either way it go. But not that Giannis was too hard to guard the series anyway, because all he did was dribble, come back out and drive back in. I mean, it's only so much you can do with that. So,
I just want to say one more thing. For everyone who said Joe Harris a better shooter than Clay, this series just proved just to shut up.
Hey, I need to apologize on behalf of me and Juice. I need to apologize about Luke Kennard because we was talking, and Luke Kennard definitely stepped up in that Jazz series. So,
and we finna get right into that series. Now look, what did I tell you? I picked the Clippers to win that series, and y'all looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, bro.
I did. I
the Jazz, look, this is the thing. The Jazz are a good team, but I was trying to tell everybody the Clippers was the number one team in three-point percentage. So even if Utah shoot threes, the Clippers can shoot threes too. You've seen that in Game 6? You've seen that with Batum, with Morris, Paul George. And, hey, Paul George has been balling. Like, I think when he the focus of the offense, it looked like he played better when he the focus, because you can kind of see when Kawhi was the primary scoring option, he was kind of passing him the ball and shying away a little bit. Kind of not. It looked like he got his rhythm now. You look at these first two games of Phoenix, but Terrence Mann, he had 39 in Game 6.
Oh yeah.
Jamar, what was your takeaways from that game? Like what why did the Clippers win that series?
I mean, it's like you said. I think on paper, like the Clippers are just a better team. Like in my opinion, they second to the Nets in terms of when you look at them on paper. And plus, they was the best 3-point percentage shooting team in the league too. Like ain't no way they can like. That's how the Jazz played with Rudy Gobert. They exposed him. That's the main reason they won. Because Rudy Gobert, he couldn't guard nobody. He couldn't even guard Reggie. What was it? What's his name?
Reggie Jackson.
Point guard. Yeah, Reggie Jackson now, and Patrick Beverly. All he did was sit them in the corner for them to shoot threes, and that's how Rudy Gobert got exposed. they took away their defensive player of the year just like that. And once they did that, and then Donovan Mitchell was playing on the injured leg. He had a sprained ankle or something like that. And once you take Donovan Mitchell,
I think Ty Lue figured out if they take Gobert out the paint and force him to guard the three, then the lane was going to automatically open up, and then the Clippers being able to play the tomb at the 5 and have them shooters, it was really effective. I'm gonna let my brother get his input on this.
I mean, y'all pretty much hit most of the points I was gonna hit on as far as Rudy Gobert. I mean, when you look at coaching, what's the biggest thing with coaching nowadays, right? Just making adjustments, and then utilizing your star players. So I mean, pretty much what they did was everybody else in the NBA is trying to do, play small ball. That's what they did. They put Morris at the center. They spaced the floor. They had Batum at the center, spacing the floor. So they pretty much just dragging Gobert out to 3-point line. And we all know Gobert is not quick enough to close out. I mean, he's got a lot of length where he can close out late, but I mean, as fast as the ball moves faster than the player moves. So pretty much Tyronn will just let them go small, space the floor, put a whole bunch of shooters on the floor, and then just let them go to work. And they kind of got exposed like that. I will say Reggie Jackson did come off and play well. He definitely stepped up because he didn't play like this the last series. Kind of towards the end, he did a little bit, but him and Man, they both stepped up off the bench. Rondo came in, did his thing, but like I said, Tyronn Lue deserved a lot of credit for going small, but then you got to look at Quinn Snyder. You got to kind of, do you want to keep your defensive player of the year, or do you want to throw somebody else in there to match up? And he didn't do it, and they just kept exposing them. I think Mike Conley came in the last game, but he still looked hurt like Harden was. They both hurt their hamstring. So I think they really needed Conley earlier in this series.
You got
to hold that thought right quick. Got CJ in here right now.
My guy, this my guy Corey. He been hooping for a long time. We used to hoop at Western, in the rec all the time. So welcome to the show, bro.
Thank y'all, man. Thanks for having me. Been trying my hardest to get here, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to be a part of this.
It's a lot. It's a roast session, right? The roast session ain't start yet. But
no, but that's my take on the Clippers. He could you go ahead and update on what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna update you real quick. So we talking about what went wrong with that Utah series. They don't got Kawhi. They end up closing out the series. Paul George stepped up.
That's easy, man. Quinn's not a jag that. You don't leave. Like, it was working for a little while. They won the first 2 games, so it's like, all right, you get game 3. You're like, all right, we keep them in, and they Clippers win game 3. You're like, all right, it could be a fluke. It happened again game 4. You probably think like, all right, it's tied up. We can chill. But after game 5, at least, you got to pull him. You see, Tyronn pull Zubac, it don't work. Let's pull him out. They spacing the floor. He can't guard. And then, as told by Gobert says that the plan was for him to protect the paint. So now you're leaving all these shooters just wide open. So now Terrence Mann is just having a open gym session where he just sitting in the corner by himself. That's target practice.
Definitely an open gym session.
So y'all answer this right quick. Do y'all think they need to get rid of Quinn Snyder, or is it more of they need to get another piece with Donovan Mitchell?
So I feel like don't get rid of Quinn Snyder. I mean, he almost took them to the West Conference Finals. You know, they had a really good year. I think Rudy Gobert got to take a look at himself and be like, what can I do on the offensive end to help? And what can I do to better protect 3-point line? But then also, I think they just need to improve their bench just a little bit, not too much. Just get you one of them Marcus Morris or one of the Morris twins type player to kind of space the floor, but then guard the perimeter and guard the paint. Something to help them kind of go smaller at times when they need to. Rudy Gobert is still a valuable piece. They just need somebody off the bench that can
with Clarkson
perimeter in the paint.
someone.
Because Favors is not doing that. He's not guarding the perimeter at all. If anything, he's slower.
I don't even think they played more than 2 people off their bench those last few games. So like they started playing the bulk of the minutes. So you're right, they do need to add somebody that they trust off that bench because like Donovan Mitchell playing on one leg.
Yeah. Go get you a Paul Millsap. Go get you a Paul Millsap or
somebody that you can trust. Like put Paul Millsap in that lineup. Take Rudy Gobert out. Paul Millsap can guard that 3 and be able to get rotate a little bit better. But at the same time, it's like you got to tip your hat to the Clippers because it's like you take Rudy Gobert out and guard the 3 a little bit more. Now you really are giving up these dunks and layups, and you don't really want to do that either. Also, the Jazz were stupid. I'm sorry. The Jazz are stupid. Like their shot selection was just awful. You see Clarkson coming down, pulling up on 3 people, and everybody
called them the gun. They called
like I got that the analytics ruin basketball at times. I just want to put that out there. Analytics tell people that if you shoot more threes, you're more likely to win. And I get it because if I'm shooting 4 layups and you shooting 4 threes and you make those 4 threes, I make these 4 layups, you're winning. But it's like at the same time, it's like you got to do it smartly. The best teams in the NBA make mid-range jump shots.
But that's why you got to get Golden State appreciation because even at times when Steph and Clay are coming off the screens and stuff, they go 9 times out of 10, Golden State gonna make the right play. If they don't got the shot, Draymond Green gonna go up for a layup. He gonna throw the oop to like Wiseman or somebody like it.
But what have I said time again? Everybody can't be Golden State. Golden State is best. And when you win it, everybody try to follow suit. So I mean, you got to have players like Steph and Clay, and then you got to have a person like Draymond, who is the most unselfish player in the league. So I mean, we can sit here and pick apples and oranges, but I mean, at the end of the day, Utah lost Clippers. They now it's them and the Suns. But let's talk about the other matchups in the second round before we get to this other matchup.
So I think the last show we touched on a little bit about the Suns. They swept the Nuggets. They up 2-0 on the Clippers right now, but let's talk about something that has been going around. I think it's been debate on Devin Booker, the next Kobe Bryant. What's your thoughts? Because I'm not saying he is, but I can see like the way he can post up and score some of his shots. I can see why they make the resemblance, but I'm not saying
let Jamar go first.
I'm gonna let Jamar
go first.
Like you said, I can see the resemblance in terms of his play style. Like he has the post, he has the drive, and he got the shot for it. But at the same time, he hasn't been tested like Kobe's been tested. I haven't seen him in a Game 7 hit a big shot yet. We haven't even seen him in the finals yet. He hasn't even got past the Western Conference Finals. He got to get past this first. So before he do that, he got to show that he got the Mamba mentality. That's the thing that separated Kobe from everything. That's what made Kobe Kobe. So once we see that he can play under that pressure, which he's shown a little bit, but he got to get to the bigger stage first before we can label him as the next Kobe. So he just still got a lot to prove.
And then I think another thing you have to consider too, even if the Suns do make it to the finals, look who coming out the East. Now, if it would have been Brooklyn, it's like, man, you got to show us against Brooklyn. You doing this against Durant and all of them. But either way, against Milwaukee and Atlanta, people at the end of the day, people gonna be like, yeah, even though Devin Booker killed it during the Western Conference during the playoffs, he ain't really played nobody in the finals really as dominant.
The Bucks is dominant. I think the Bucks will beat them if they play in the finals.
Oh, we gonna get on them later on.
Yeah, we gonna say that. But what's your opinion though?
I've been talking about this to myself past couple of days, trying to find a right answer. I don't think he's there yet. Here's the thing: when Kobe came in, Kobe was already dominant coming in the league. Not saying Devin Booker ain't been dominant, but Kobe was on a different level. His mindset was different. His drive was different. I don't know if it's today's NBA, mixing it back in the day NBA, but Kobe was on a whole nother level. I'm sorry. I don't think Devin Booker is there yet. I do love his game though. Devin Booker can shoot. I will say that. I will say he's more passive than Kobe was. I feel like he got a more passing game than Kobe had. Kobe was scoring. Kobe wasn't not saying that Kobe ain't pass at all, but at times Kobe was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm scoring. That's it." Like so, Devin Booker did score. What he scored that 70. You know that was a great game. You know for him, but I just don't think he's on Kobe's level. I think it's too early. It's way too early.
He only 24 years old. He only 24.
Me personally, I can't do it yet. But even comparing him now, we compare him to when Kobe came in the league. It's not even close. Kobe was on another level. So that's just me. I don't know how Corey feel about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, Corey, what you got to say?
I'm a firm believer that social media plays a part in crowning people way too early, like giving people these titles and just hope. I guess it's like everybody want to be the first one to be right about something at this point. So like, I can't say that Devin Booker is the next Kobe because I don't believe that at any time in Kobe's career would a offensive player be like, hey, let's get him on him. Let's get Kobe on Mike and let Mike abuse him. Kobe wouldn't allow that. Kobe likes those defensive challenges, and I just feel like if you're gonna be the next Kobe, you got to be the complete package. Kobe played defense. Kobe was ready to go after anybody on that court on both ends of the floor, and I just feel like that's a huge element of Devin Booker's game that he doesn't have. You see, the Clippers are trying their best to pick on this man. Every play down is like get Devin Booker in the pick and roll. Let's get him on Paul George. Let's get him on Reggie Jackson. Let's get him on Marcus Morris, and let's make him play defense. You ain't doing that to Kobe. I don't care who you are, what you are. You could have been trying to post Kobe up, and Kobe would have took it like a G and tried his best to stop you. Devin Booker's not like that. But I will say Devin Booker is a great scorer. Devin Booker has a lot of room to grow. He's young. He has the ability to be the next Kobe, I guess. But at the moment, Devin Booker is just Devin Booker, in my opinion.
So you kind of took what my statement was missing. Like that was just like the second half, because it was like I'm seeing the post on Facebook and I'm just like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know what Stephen A was thinking about when he said it, but nah, bro. Now if
I can see the resemblance.
Can I say something? I am a firm believer as well that Stephen A. Smith is an idiot. Anything he says, it just goes left field. Like fam said that Donovan Mitchell was the greatest Utah Jazz player of all time. Like, come on, bro. We're not gonna sit here and disrespect.
It's gonna take him a while.
Karl Malone in Stockton was definitely.
You got the all-time leader in assists and steals on his team, in his team's history, and the second leader scoring in points. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, let's not disrespect legends because somebody is doing well right now. He lives in the moment way too much. He's just like, no, man.
And even though Karl Malone didn't win a ring, they still took them to the finals twice.
Yeah.
They still
like multiple. Look, if it went to Jordan, they would have won a couple of them.
Yeah. Jordan stopped a lot of people from getting finals. Yeah. Charles Barkley, but
great on his resume to say that he didn't go. There's a reason.
The roast session from the beginning. Now, we from the talk about Philadelphia and Atlanta.
Oh boy.
Now,
Ice Trader game. Trader game.
Look, let's start off with the Hawks first. I don't think nobody pictured them getting this far.
Let me go first. I'm
gonna let you go first because I got so much to say. I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, so first off, I didn't have the Hawks in the beginning of the season. I ain't had them getting far in the playoffs. I had them. Who did they play the first round? The Knicks. I had the Knicks beating them. Then I had the Sixers beating them, and then I had the Bucks beating them. It's like every time I go against the Hawks, I've been sitting here trying to study and watch what they're doing, and I still don't understand. Like, I don't know if teams not being physical with them, but then you had the Knicks play them. They was physical with them. They won. Then I'm like, okay, the Sixers finna dominate them. Then they won. I'm just like, you just got to go down the whole line. So you start with Trae Young. Right? You start with Trae Young. He can shoot the three. We all know that. He also got a nice flow to game, and he a good passer. He a really underrated passer, but you can't say he underrated because I think he was like top 2 in assists. And then you got to look at Ken Capella. You know, he not a scorer, but he gonna get them oops. He gonna defend the paint. He can guard the perimeter. Some Rudy can't do. He can guard the perimeter and guard the paint. He's quick enough on his feet to, you know, guard both. Then you add Gallinari. Then you add what they call dude Kayvon.
He was a good pickup in the draft.
They got like 4 or 5 like 3-and-D dudes. Like they got 4 or 5 3-and-D dudes. You just throw them on perimeter with Trae Young, and then you got Lou Williams coming off the bench, and you got, like I said, Gallo coming off the bench, and you got I think they got Solomon Hill coming off the bench.
And look, DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish wasn't even playing. Those are 2 other wing players they got who can develop.
And I'm just racking my brain like how they keep these teams, but this how they do it. They pretty much got not all the way small ball, but they got a lot of floor spacing. Trae Young make them go because they set a decent pick and roll. They do a pick and roll with him and Clint. He roll. Shooter, like people who guarding him, like Drew Holiday, he tried to go around the screen. You can't do that with shooters. He go around the screen. Trae Young either gonna stop and make you foul him, or he gonna hit a floater, or he gonna throw a oop. And it's like, how do you stop it? It's like you can't stop it because like his floater is so nice. Like he's smooth with it. Like he kind of do a fake, like he gonna pass the ball and then he just floated, and then Brook Lopez standing there like.
He too slow. Too slow.
Joel Embiid and them couldn't do nothing with him. Then you get them in a fast break, they finna shoot a 3. Like they don't even look. And then just when you think he finna shoot a 3, then he throw it up to John Collins. We forgot about him. And he can shoot the mid range. He could go inside and out. They got a lot of versatile players on their team, and it just make them so hard to guard. And it took me so long, but then. Nate McMillan is the only reason that they went this far. He changed the whole culture of the team. He changed, in
the middle of the season.
He changed how Trae Young looks at the game. He in his ear. He talked to other players, get them all playing as a team. They move the ball really well, which nobody paid attention to the Hawks because nobody was really watching the Hawks this season. Because they were losing. But then Nate McMillan, they started winning. You like, okay, they winning games, but I mean, they not going to do nothing. Nate McMillan changed the whole culture and got them playing on a whole different level where they just may go to the NBA Finals and have everybody looking at them like, how did this happen? But that's how it happened.
Yeah, CJ, let's go.
I'm sorry. I don't want to rant because I was
no, man. You hit a lot of stuff right on the head, bro. Like I try my best to watch as much basketball as I possibly can, bro. Like, no matter who's playing, if I like you, if I don't. I'm a Clippers fan right now because I follow wherever Kawhi Leonard goes. Chris Paul's my favorite player, so I'm going to look at him, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. But I try my best to watch the Atlanta Hawks. At the beginning of the year, they were not a good team. They weren't. We know this. And, like, John Collins and other teammates were complaining about how Trae Young was dribbling the ball too much and this and that. Nick McMillan came and switched that all the way around. He turned that program into what it is right now. But they are similar to what Dallas did. The only difference is they have a Clint Capella dive into the rim instead of popping, as Porzingis would do. I just feel like I got the Bucks in 6. I'm going to make my prediction right now. I got the Bucks in 6. But I just think it's really hard to guard them because they space the floor so well. And you have to play Trae Young. Like, you got to put so much attention on that man because he's great with the ball in his hands. He shoots.
He's crafty. He's super crafty.
Yeah, super crafty. And he can shoot it from almost anywhere on that court. So, like, you got to put so much attention on him. And then you got Kevin Huerter. You got Bogdan Bogdanovic. You got John Collins spacing the floor. Then they go small and they put Danilo in and Lou Williams. And then, like you say, like, they don't have DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, who would make a difference as well. They got Solomon Hill making shots. Tony Snell, which a lot of people don't know, shot 50, 50, and 100 this year. Like they got shooters. Like, so it's really, really hard to keep directly in on Trae Young because it's like, all right, who do you leave? And now it's like, if you leave Clint Capella, that's a dunk every time. But I just feel like they deserve all their flowers that people should be giving them. I don't know if people really are. People probably still calling it a fluke, but that's smart. They're playing smart. They're playing the right way. And I just think
I'm still calling it a fluke because I don't understand it.
It's hard because it's like not one off.
No, look, in a minute we're gonna get on the Philly side of things, so it's a lot to say. But Jamar,
I got a lot to say.
Jamar, what you think of the Atlanta Hawks?
It's like they said they got a lot of versatility with Kevin Porter, Bogdanovic, Gallinari, Capella. But I think one of the big things that y'all didn't touch on yet is that Clint Capella and John Collins, not only how good they are offensively, especially John Collins, but also the fact that they can guard the perimeter. I don't know if y'all saw the game last night. Clint Capella was actually kind of locking Giannis down on a couple of possessions. Giannis could not drive on him at all. And we already know Giannis ain't really got no bag in the first place. But no, Clint Capella able to guard him out in the perimeter, and I think that's a key aspect of their team that's really a key to their success.
What he said is why I say Rudy Gobert is overrated. Rudy Gobert not doing that. He's not switching out and containing anybody on that perimeter at all.
Right.
The Miles
you think Ben Simmons? You think Ben Simmons should have won Defense Player? Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Ben Simmons can do what Rudy Gobert do. Rudy Gobert can't do what Ben Simmons do. That's just my opinion. If I had a vote, it would have went to Ben Simmons.
I agree. I agree.
But look, we finna get into the Philly side of things, but I'm finna throw out some stats to y'all right quick. Just to I don't even want to say these stats because it looks horrible. But Ben Simmons shot 34.2% from the free throw line, the worst in playoff history. Worse than Shaq.
Oh, it was worse than that. Oh my God!
And in the last 4 games of that series against Atlanta, he went 0 for 0 from field goal in the fourth quarter.
All 4 quarters, or just one?
Yes, all the last 4 games. The last 4 games, he didn't score in the fourth quarter. He didn't even attempt a shot. But and then to point out, I know y'all saw the game where he was right by the rim. Gave the ball to Matisse Thybulle. Even though he went to the line, he missed one of the free throws. And I think after that play, you could kind of assume that Atlanta was going to win the series. So that goes into my next question. Do y'all feel like the era of Ben Simmons and Embiid is over? Do you think Simmons got to go?
Yes.
I'm going to start with you, CJ. I'm going to start with
you. It's we're gonna put a lot of flack on Ben Simmons, and I mean it's rightfully so. I'm trying to find these stats for y'all right now, but like people don't realize Ben Simmons averaged. He had better game. He had better years. Like he averaged like 17, 18, 15 the few times that he was in the playoffs before this year. This year is his first real bad year. Like his real bad year. But I've never felt like it. Like after the first year, I knew it wasn't gonna work because Ben Simmons can't shoot the ball, and it kind of packs the paint. And now, like especially for this team, you got 3 different people trying to post up. You got Embiid trying to post up sometimes. Ben Simmons can only pretty much post up. Tobias Harris trying to post up. So now it's like you taking aspects away from everybody's game because Ben Simmons can't shoot. Joel Embiid deserves some flack too. Like nobody says anything about him, but first off, is he flops too much. He wants to shoot 3 too much. He has bad games. Like nobody said nothing about the fact that he went 0 for 12, I think, in one game, and like 0 for 5 in the fourth quarter in another. Like you're the star. Like you're supposed to be the scorer. You have to find a way to put a ball in the basket. So I don't want to put too much blame on Ben Simmons. I also will say Ben Simmons was perfect from the line, perfect from the field in fourth quarters for that series. He was 3 for 3. Nobody knows that. But
and just to say one more thing before I pass it to my brother, I'm gonna give credit to Trae Young because New York, Philly, and Milwaukee they both all 3 are like top defenses in the league, and they find no answer to guard him. They put Ben Simmons on him. It still nothing happened. Milwaukee, Drew Holiday let him score 48. So I mean, I don't think no team got no answer for this dude. But I'm gonna let my brother talk about Philly for.
Before we move on, can I say
you can let Jamal go. You can let Jamal go first.
Yeah, Jamal, I'm gonna let you go.
I mean, yeah, like Joel Embiid, like he has the skill set. He's one of the last big men that actually has a post game, but he doesn't utilize it to his advantage. He's supposed to take advantage of them. Like Clint Capella and Collins, they too small for him in the post. Yeah, he wanted to just shoot threes. Hence how he went 0 from 12 in the second half of the game. I think that was like game 5 or something like that. And also, yeah, Ben Simmons is he's complete garbage. I think he need to get traded. Complete garbage. You can't be in the league for 4 years and you still can't even hit a free throw. I get, okay.
Yeah.
But he can't even hit a free throw. It's not even that. He's scared to shoot the free throw. He's scared to go to the line.
And you are all-star max player. Like
he has
a huge role.
What has he developed since he got in the league? His defense, okay, a little bit.
His behind the back pass.
Yeah, come on.
But even if he don't got a shot, like at least Giannis gonna drive to the rim and try to get some points. Ben Simmons don't even attempt to drive to the rim, and he's 6'10", 6'11". So that's my issue.
All right, so let me go on this Ben Simmons rant. All right, first off, he can shoot. Like his videos of him shooting, like it's not like he's like Giannis and just like I have seen him shoot the ball and hit, and his like the shooting form that I seen him shoot with, it wasn't that bad. He hit a 3 in a game this season, I think. And I'm just like, why don't you just take more shots? So I think the question is not so much can he shoot. I think it's the confidence that he has to shoot, and his aggressiveness. Like you can't compare him to LeBron or none of them guys for some fact that they not finna sit there and go.
I can't compare him to Robert Ory
in the fourth quarter and not take one shot attempt, like not one.
6'11" Rondo.
Right, I think, but even Rondo, I mean, he put his impact on the game. Like we all know Rondo couldn't score, but Rondo still to get them 15 assists, 15 rebounds in the game. Like
that's why I said rookie
and maybe like 10 steals if he wanted to. So if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm Elton Brand, you got to be like, look, hey, you need to at least like, if you gonna take a shot, at least shoot a mid-range. At least shoot a mid-range shot. Like you don't have to shoot threes. Like Chris Paul is proving that you don't have to be like a raw ass 3-point shooter. Chris Paul, he destroyed. Who
destroys teams in pick and rolls. He destroys them.
He come off, stop at the free throw line every time. Just hit. I seen Chris Paul 5 straight possessions, the same exact play, and he scored on all 5. Like Ben Simmons, he don't have to like go out and start being Steph Curry. Just get to the line, be confident in shooting free throws, or at least try to get somebody fouled out. Like if you're gonna go 0 for 10, at least have somebody else get like 4 fouls so they out the game or something. Like use it to your advantage. Like I don't understand, man.
So do y'all think this the right time to trade him? Y'all think it's time to leave Philly?
If you look, I'm telling you right now, if you feel like you can get a quality player back with some draft picks, then you do it. But if that person is not on Ben Simmons' level as far as defense, a 6'10" guard who could pass and defend, like I don't think you get him up yet. I think you kind of look at him, talk to him, sit him down, and be like, hey, look, if you don't want to do this to get to this, to get us here, then we can trade you. But if we can work on something, then you can stay. But I think he got one. If he does stay, he got one more season left to not shoot in the fourth quarter.
That's kind of scary because like if he plays bad this next season or he does worse, like his trade stock gonna drop. So it's kind of hard to gauge.
But think about this though. Stephen A. Smith said a good scenario would be to get CJ McCollum from Portland. I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask for a first round pick. Do you think of CJ McCollum for a Ben Simmons swap? will
That
make
was stupid
Philly.
to me. I don't know why he said that. For one reason, right? You get Ben Simmons on that Portland team. Okay, you get a better perimeter defender, which is what Portland needs. But then he can't score. He can't score. Like what? So I mean, you might as well keep CJ because at least he hitting threes mid range. He probably not as good a defensive player as Ben Simmons, but it's a lot of players not as good defensive players as Ben Simmons. Portland can easily go get a defender in the offseason and be fine. They actually have, Robert Covington, a couple of players. Maybe they want a defender at the 2 position. But I mean, I don't think you make that trade because
It don't help Portland at all.
It would benefit the Sixers for sure. But I think the Sixers need a point guard who can score and pass, which is why I feel like Kyle Lowry and Dennis Schroeder, players like that, you go get on top of Ben Simmons, and you just keep Ben Simmons at the 4, or you maybe take Joel Embiid out, and then you let Ben Simmons just run the bench players. I don't know, but you don't trade him for CJ McCollum.
Portland runs like the style of offense that the Rockets used to with James Harden and that Dallas do now, where it's like the ball is mainly in this one person's hand. He's gonna run a couple pick and rolls. He's gonna try to create mismatches for himself, and he's gonna let that ball go. He's either gonna shoot it or he's gonna pass it for somebody else to shoot. It's hard to put a Ben Simmons in that offense unless you're putting Ben Simmons at the 5.
I don't even know how he would fit.
It's hard to put him there. Like if you put him at the 5 and let him set the pick and he rolling, then yeah, but then you just changing who he is. And if that's the case, any team could do that.
I thought of every possible trade scenario I could, even the little fake ones they put out. And I ran through every NBA team, and I could not find one team that Ben Simmons would fit on.